Welcome back to the Montreal Expos franchise. The Expos are now in the NLCS for the first time in this series, and in season number 3, we made the playoffs for the first time, getting 100 wins. We went against the mighty Atlanta Braves in the NLDS, going down 0-1 in Game 1 as Atlanta brought their bats and really gave it to us, and we're a little shook in game number 1. But we bounced back nicely in game 2 to even things up at 1 apiece, and it was a nice victory, and we knew we had to win 3 games in this series, so we knew this series wasn't over. So then in game number 3, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bill Hedger went back-to-back in the first inning to start it out great, but then we didn't score another run the rest of the way, but still held on to win game number 3, 2-1. And then in game 4, Augustus Macklin, the former Rookie of the Year, came through in the clutch in the top of the 8th inning, giving us a 1-run lead, 5-4, and then ends up catching the game-winning out to send us to the NLCS, where the Dodgers await us on the other side, where the Expos showed that we are here to stay. In game 1, we will put out Alexander Santiago, and he will face the MVP Shohei Ohtani, who was absolutely untouchable in the NLDS. Went 8 pretty much scoreless innings. He gave up 1 run through 8 innings, and he was great. I mean, he is going to be a tough guy to get a bat on, but we know this team is full of all-stars, including Christian Walker, who we already traded to them, and we acquired Emmett Sheehan. This was a year ago. And now we get to face them here in the NLCS for a possible trip to the World Series. The good thing is we have home field advantage in this series. We've had 4 more wins than them in the regular season. And look at how our team is hitting in comparison to theirs. The bottom half of our order is actually hitting really, really well, including Addison Barger, who's been hitting well ever since we acquired him back in season 1. And then Blake Sabol in the middle of our lineup is hitting well also. But the top 6 guys in their lineup are hitting great. Freddie Freeman, Miguel Vargas, Bo Bichette, Shohei Ohtani, and James Outman. And then the bottom half of their order, including Henry Davis, has not even gotten a hit yet. So we are very well balanced throughout our order. They are not so much. But we'll see if the top of their order can be enough here to get at least 1 win here on the road. And we'll see if we can shut them down. Freddie Freeman hits leadoff here for the Dodgers. He will ground out to short as this NLCS is underway. Miguel Vargas hitting in that 2 spot, 467 here in the playoffs. He hits a chopper up the middle, and look at the glove from Barger. Good throw over to first, and he has really been a difference maker defensively. Not much gets by him. Here is Bo Bichette hitting in that 3 spot as he gets one low, and that one will be ball 4. So now that brings up Shohei Ohtani to the plate, hitting 364 here in the playoffs. He fouls that one off now, and this one will be hit down the left field line, and it will be fair. It's going to be fielded by Cal Mitchell off of the wall, thrown to the cutoff man. There's going to be a play at the plate, and what a throw! It's going to be in time. Cal Mitchell with the quick relay to our shortstop Addison Barger and gets his former teammate out at the plate in Bo Bichette. So now here we go, bottom first. Here is Andrew Monasterio, and he continues to swing a hot bat. That one's hit down the left field line for a leadoff double for Monasterio. Monasterio to me was our MVP back in the NLDS, and he continues to swing a hot bat. And remember, he wasn't even our starter for most of the year this year. He stepped up after the injury from Whit Merrifield. It brings up Cal Mitchell, who's still trying to get going after coming back from a 2-month injury at the end of the season. He's been struggling at the plate. He watches that one for a called strike 3. Vladdy Jr. to the plate now, and Shohei, I think wisely walks him that time, not giving him a good pitch to hit. As that brings up Bill Hedger, only hitting 143 here in the playoffs. He gets a hanger, and just absolutely misses that one. It's a fly ball down the left field line, and it's run down in foul territory. And now that brings up Blake Sabo, who's hitting pretty well here in the playoffs here with a runner in scoring position. He turns on this one, but it's going to be right to the right fielder, Max Kepler, for the third out of the inning. Well, we couldn't get anything done in that first, but now we move on to the top of the second inning. Here is James Outman at the plate, also hitting very well here in the playoffs. He skies one deep to right field, back at the wall, and this one is caught. It's Joe Adell, casually bringing that one back in the yard. What a play by Joe Adell. What a surprise he's been in this series, and he makes a Gold Glove type play right there. And he saves a run. Jake Berger to the plate now, and he will walk as now the Dodgers get their first base runner of this inning. As that brings up a struggling J.D. Martinez. He swings and misses at a low changeup, and he has not been able to get his bat going. He's hitting worse than Bill Hedger is on our team, who's also struggling. Max Kepler up to the plate. He hits one hard up the middle. That one gets through the infield, and now they have runners on first and second here. 2 outs. And we'll see the hitless Henry Davis comes to the plate. He has just struggled so far here in the playoffs. He gets a 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. What a play! Vladdy Jr. from his backside gets the out at first. Wow, the Gold Gloves are showing up here in the playoffs. First Joe Adell, now Vladdy Jr. And that would have possibly saved a run as well. Here's Addison Barger now up in the bottom of the second inning. He checks his swing, but he goes around. Called strike 3 on the attempt. As that brings up Everson Pereira, who started in game number 4 in the NLDS and now gets a start in center field today, and he gets clunked on the back, and now we have a runner on first base. Joe Adell now to the plate now. He swings and misses at one low, and this one gets all the way back to the backstop, but he's going to actually leg this one out for a drop third strike. And now we have runners in scoring position here on that wild pitch. And now that brings up the top of the order, the red-hot Andrew Monasterio to the plate. Already has a double off of Ohtani. He turns on this one, and it's a shot to center field. It gets down. It will surely score one. Joe Adell on the third, and it's now a 1-0 ball game. Andrew Monasterio, how clutch has he been so far in the playoffs out of nowhere? As now we have runners on the corners here with Cal Mitchell struggling here at the plate. Ground ball to third, and we at least get one. What a sequence there. A drop third strike gets a runner on first and second, and we capitalize here from Monasterio. Here is Alexander Santiago, though. He's pitching pretty well so far, but now he faces a red-hot Shohei Ohtani at the plate. And he's 1 for 1 today. And he swings and misses at the outside changeup, and that is a swinging strike 3. And we still have the 1-0 lead preserved going into the 4th inning. Everson Pereira now at the plate. He will turn on this one, but a short fly ball to center field. Bo Bichette easily runs that one down. That brings up Monasterio again. He's 2 for 2 today. And Shohei is approaching 99 pitches. And here's Monasterio. A high fly ball to left field. But it is just a few feet short of the wall. Monasterio almost just lit his bat on fire. Now on to the top of the 5th inning. Here is Max Kepler now. Chopper to short. Easy play here for Addison Barger. As that brings up Henry Davis, still hitless here in the playoffs. 0 for 1 today. Make that 0 for 2 as he cannot hit that slider over the middle of the plate by Alexander Santiago. As it brings up Freddie Freeman, 1 for 2, and he gets a pitch over the middle of the plate. He won't miss that one. That's a deep shot to right center field, and it's a ground rule double. And now with a runner on second base, we'll see if Miguel Vargas can come through in this one. Is now Alexander Santiago trying to get out of this situation, and he does. Outside changeup for a swinging strike 3, and Santiago is just pitching a gem so far through the first 5 innings. That brings up Cal Mitchell, and he finally gets a hit here in this game. Cal Mitchell, remember, has been one of the favorite players of this series just based off of what his expectations were, and he has outshined all of that. That brings up Vladdy Jr. here with no outs. He hits one up the middle, and that's another base hit here for the Expos. Good start to this inning, but that brings up the really, really cold Bill Hedger to the plate. Rookie of the year this year, but in the playoffs, he just hasn't shown up. Here is a short fly ball to right center. That one will be an out here for Vargas, who runs that one down. As that brings up Blake Sabol to the plate now. He is 0 for 2 today. Outside changeup, and he just gets fooled on that one, and now 2 outs. Amac to the plate. Remember, Season 2's Rookie of the Year. That one, swing and miss in the dirt. No runs doing in this inning. And now we move on to the top of the 6th inning. Alexander Santiago just over 100 pitches. Here's Ohtani, a hard ground ball. He's going to leg that one out easily. And now there's a runner on first. We got to start thinking about the bullpen here with Alexander Santiago getting up there in pitches. But here is a swipe bag from Shohei. He just gets in time right there. And now they have a runner in scoring position. James Outman, who was 0 for 2 today. This is probably going to be Santiago's final AB. We'll see, but a weak ground ball to first. And now that brings up the 6-hole hitter. And now we have a scenario. Do we go to our bullpen? But Jake Burger has yet to really get a good hit off of Santiago, so we decide to pitch it out, and that will not pay dividends. It's 1-1 off of the single up the middle by Jake Burger. Well, we made the decision, and we stuck with Santiago. He gives up the hit, and that one will be the end of his day. We bring in Buck Farmer, who's been pretty good for us this year. He's got 3 innings pitched so far here in the playoffs. As that brings up J.D. Martinez, and he hits one well to right field, and it gets run down by Joe Adell. That was a scary fly ball right there, but it's now a tie ball game. Everson Pereira comes to the plate now in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's a shot down the left field line. It gets all the way to the wall, and it will be a 1-out double here for Pereira. And we'll see if we can capitalize off of Nick Frazo coming in to pitch. And that brings up Joe Adell. 0 for 2 today. But remember, already saved a home run. And he hits one this time to the left center gap. That's going to get down. It scores Pereira from second base. Joe Adell's got 98 speed, but he will hold up at second. And it will be an RBI double here for our right fielder. And Joe Adell comes through in the clutch. We definitely needed that one right there, as that brings up Cal Mitchell back to the top of the order. He gets a hanger low, and that one will be a chopper to second, but at least we get 1 run on the board. On to the top of the 9th inning now. Here is Elvis Peguero, who was pitching in the 8th. We decided to go ahead and keep pitching him in the 9th, as the next few batters are all right-handed hitters, and that's going to be a swinging strike 3 from Jake Burger. And now that's going to bring up J.D. Martinez, 0 for 3 today. We talked about his struggles earlier. We'll see if he can come through in the clutch here. And he gets a 1-1 count. This is a chopper to short. Barger is there, thrown on to first, and we are 1 out away from a 1-0 series lead over the Dodgers. And that's going to bring up Max Kepler, who is 1 for 3 today. And the 33rd pitch here is going to be a swinging strike 3. The Expos get the big Game 1 victory over the Dodgers at home. This was a great victory here, and I think that all of our games, like in the playoffs, have been like this, 2-1. Even that 5-7 game was close. All games are close, really, in the playoffs. 8 hits for each team. We couldn't have gotten more even than this one, but it seemed like just timely hitting here for the Expos won it. And we move on to game number 2. Remember, this is a 7-game set beside the 5-game set in the NLDS. And we will put on Aaron Savale on the mound to face Bobby Miller. And we have now won 4 straight playoff games. And we couldn't be more hot here in this series. And we'll see if we can continue that here in game number 2 in the NLCS. And we will rock out with the same batting lineup we had in game number 1 and see if that pays off. For some reason, Mookie Betts was not playing in Game 1. I was pretty surprised by that. But now he is playing in Game 2. He's already 1 for 1, and already the Dodgers take the 2-0 lead. Freddie Freeman gets a single, pop out by Bo Bichette, and we do get through the 3rd inning, though. But no hits so far here for the offense. Bobby Miller is pitching a gem so far as we move on to the top of the 5th inning. Still no hits here for the Montreal Expos. 6 hits for the Dodgers. Aaron Zavala gives up a walk there from Bo Bichette, but nothing doing. And finally, in the bottom of the 6th, Joe Adell breaks the tie, the no score, and gets a solo home run. But now we have a few runners on here. Monasterio on 3rd, Cal Mitchell on 1st, and we decide to hop in here with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. We have to jump in here and see if we can drive in this run and tie up this ball game. Bobby Miller has been pitching pretty well up to this point. And here is Vladdy. He gets one inside, and he just muscles this one to right field. We're going to send the runner here. The throw at the plate is going to be close. Kepler, the throw is offline. Up the line, and we get a run scored by Monasterio, and Vladdy Jr. does his job, and it is 2-2. Bill Hedger to the plate now, who has just struggled so far in this playoff. That was 97 mile an hour as a sinker inside. Here's another one, 102 on the gun, and Bill Hedger watches that one for a called strike 3. Bottom 8 now. Vladdy Jr. gets another opportunity here late in this game. Inside pitch, and that's going to be a ball, and that's going to be Dairon Blanco who comes in to pinch run late in this game, and he swipes second, and then the Dodgers decide to walk Vladdy Jr. I mean, that's probably a smart move here because Vladdy Jr. has been clutch for us so far in these playoffs. That brings up a cold bat in Bill Hedger, and he is 0 for 3 today. He gets an inside pitch. That one is just a grounder to Bo Bichette at short. They get the out at second, and now we move on to the 9th. It's the bottom of the 9th. Evan Phillips comes in here for the Dodgers to possibly shut us down and get us to extras. We'll see if Blake Sabol can be clutch. He leads off the 9th inning, and he turns on one, and that one is going to be way foul, but that was a good pitch to hit. 1-2 pitch now, and that's a curveball. Swinging strike 3 as that brings up Augustus Macklin, 0 for 2 today. Ground ball to short, easy play here for Bichette. The throw on to first, though, is offline. So Freddie Freeman gets thrown off of the bag right there off of the errant throw. As that brings up Addison Barger now, 1 for 3. And he checked his swing. I'm not sure he went around, but the ump says he did. And now there's going to be 2 outs, and that brings up Everson Pereira to the plate. 0 for 3 today, and that's going to be a called strike 3 over the middle of the plate. He just did not want to swing the bat right there. So we're going to extras here, and we're into the 11th inning at this point. Remember, no extra base runner here in the playoffs in extras, so now we move on to the bottom of the 11th. Here is Bill Hedger. Well, if you can't get a hit, you got to draw a walk. That's ball 4. He is 0 for 4, but does have a walk in this one. But Blake Sabol comes to the plate, and it's a ground ball into a double play, and this game keeps going. Into the top of the 12th inning here in game number 2. Freddie Freeman with the big opportunity here to take the lead here for the Dodgers. Runners on first and second. He's 2 for 5, facing Buck Farmer. And now we got a 2-2 pitch here on the way. It's a changeup, and he swings and misses out of the zone. That was way off from where it was supposed to be located. That was supposed to be a low changeup in the zone, and instead it's high and outside, and Freddie Freeman chases it. Bottom 14 now. Here is Vladdy Jr., who smokes one up the middle, but that one is right to the center fielder for the first out of that inning. And now that brings up Blake Sabol here with 2 outs. 0 for 4 today, make it 0 for 5. And this game just won't end. Bottom 15 now. Here is Pereira. Just gets some wood on it, and it drops into right field, and that one will be a 2-out single. I mean, I guess we're going to take whatever we can get in this one. And this is going late into the night. It's like 11 p.m. here with a game time start of 7. Here is Pereira, and he swipes second on this one. And now we have a runner in scoring position. Can Joe Adell do it again? He's been clutch in this episode so far. It's a low pitch in the dirt, and not this time. We're going to the 16th inning of this game. And now Andrew Monasterio. It's 11:30 at night. He swings and misses now at that one for the first out of the inning. Dairon Blanco to the plate. The 53rd pitch of Tony Gonsolin's outing here. Fly ball down the right field line for the second out of the inning. And that brings up Vladdy Jr. 0 for 4 today. Nobody's getting hits in this one. And that's going to be a slider on the outside half. Bill Hedger on deck. He's hitting below 100 here in the playoffs. In a 3-2 pitch. Over the middle. Vladdy Jr. Fly ball to right. It's off the foul pole. And the Expos take the 2-0 lead. What a game. 16 innings it took to get to this point, but the Expos will save home field advantage. 2-0 here in the NLCS, and Vladdy Jr. is clutch as the hometown kid signed in the offseason to a major contract. And he comes through, and he returns the favor to his hometown crowd. Wow, what an ending, what a game. 16 innings. We only had 6 hits in that game. That's just incredible. The Dodgers had 11. They had 2 errors as well. But we take the 2-0 lead here in the NLCS, and it looks like the Baltimore Orioles end up taking the 2-0 lead on their side as they are playing Minnesota. And now we go to LA to hopefully finish out the NLCS. That is the hope in a best case scenario, but we'll see. Tyler Glass now versus Emmett Sheehan. Emmett Sheehan, a bit of a revenge game after they traded him to us. And we'll see if that will come to fruition here in game number 3. But we had the 2-0 lead. And we'll see if the Expos can steal at least one road win. But what a start to the NLCS. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for more Montreal Expos, franchise later this week, as the uploads have been obviously stalled a little bit, but we're going to get back to it. Don't worry. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.